Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So as you can see, I've got another soap dish out, and then I have the larger of the two oval trinket trays. And I'm not going to forget this. We're going to do this first. So I'm going to try something different. These are my, we're going to do flowers in these. So I pulled out some flowers, and I'll show you what I got in a minute, but I want to get, I want to mix this up. I want it to be like a light brown. So I've got this cream, it's called beige, but to me, it doesn't have enough brown in it to make it a beige. It's more of a yellowy, I don't know, kind of weird color. So I am going to try to make my own color that I want. So I pulled out some of the brown from the eye candy. This one here, the Bukudo brown, some ocean white, and this. I am going to pour a little bit of this in a cup because I also want to have a little bit of the dark brown. So I'm going to put some in here so that we can mix this one with just the brown. So I have already ran this through the debubbler. I ended up making up 10 ounces. So hopefully we have enough. I am going to back coat these with a color. So these ones don't have to be completely full. So that is a plus there. All right, so I'm going to get this into the resin. And this is that beige. And we're just going to stir it, and I'm going to try to be slow. I don't want to incorporate too many bubbles. All right, let's scrape the stick, wipe the pigment paste off. Now we're going to put in some white and lighten this up. All right, let's see if that's going to work. And then once I get the color that I want, I will just kind of let it sit for a few minutes. I'll wipe that pigment paste off. And see, you can still see on the sides. So you definitely want to get that mixed in. So I'm just kind of scraping the sides without, dumping it out. And then I'm going to slowly add, even that looks better, but that's still not the color that I want. All right, so we've got all of that mixed in. And I'm just gonna, whoop, and it begins. Come on. All right, just a little. We're gonna start with just a little. So in essence, we're just creating our own color. Because I wanted it more of like a true beige, where it has, it's more on the browner side than that yellow. Okay, that's really close. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the brown. And we'll call that good. That should, we can always add a little bit more white if we need to, if it goes a little too dark. But I don't think it will. There. That is definitely, to me, that is more of a beige color. Yeah, that is more of the color that I was looking for. All right, so we'll set this aside for a minute. And now we've got to get the brown, because I do want to kind of swirl it. And now that I've made the cowboy cow once, I kind of know where I have to concentrate on those bubbles. And remember, if you didn't see the last video, I painted the hat in a mica powder. And I think I used the chrome. I don't remember if I used the chrome or if I used the intense. You know, it's been 24 hours, so I can't remember. All right, let's just let these sit for just a little bit, and we will get some resin poured. So I pulled out some different colored flowers. I have some reds, I got some green leaves, different little flowers, and like some pinks and stuff. I don't know which color I'm going to back them in yet, but we'll see once, you know, we kind of get this in here. So I am going to put enough to cover the whole bottom area. And I might have made too much resin, I don't know. But I do want to leave a little bit of a layer to back coat it. Come on, bubble, get out of there. Now see, there's, all right, I don't want this part to not have any resin because I want flowers on there. All right, so we got a few bubbles in there. Give that a good spritz. And let me see if I can slowly. It's acting like it's already trying to set up. And I know we might still get a few bubbles in there from the flowers, but so I'm going to give that a good spritz, and we will scoop what's in here out. And that just made a ton of bubbles. So, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to add a little bit of, I want crushed crystal. Yeah. I'm wondering how it would look with chameleon flakes and flowers if I didn't do a ton of chameleon flakes. That is what I don't know. Which one is this? This is the brown yellow. All right. Let me get another little cup. And let's get maybe some of these around like the outside rim. I know there's a little bit in there already, but and that should be enough. And we'll just dump these in. Oh, and I haven't even used this one. Get the cover on, so. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Oh, I got a hair somewhere here that keeps sticking to me. Hang on. Let's see if I can wipe it off, because if I can't, I'm going to get it stuck in my resin for sure. Now, I didn't add any glue or anything because I'm okay with it floating to the bottom if it does. And we'll just see how it looks with flowers in it. All right. So now I'm not going to go to cover the whole bottom. If this resin doesn't stay on that, I'm okay with it, because we're going to back coat this. I want to get it somewhat full, but yet still have enough for like a top coat, well, bottom coat, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean. All right, so I'm just going to slide this out of the way. And we'll slide this back so that we can get this poured. All right. All right, so what I'm gonna do is and then we'll kind of pour this. All right. Now, and I made 4 ounces, but I've got to because where the bandana was, and the bottoms of the ears. Oh, just got 2 bubbles to come up, so hopefully I got them. All right, so we do have a little bit left. So let me move this back over here so we don't tip it over. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let them set, all of them, for, I don't know, a good hour, an hour and a half. And then I'm going to pop it into the Resiners curing machine. All right, so, gosh, I am sticky already. All right, so let's get, let me see, I think I'm gonna start with some of these pink ones. Oop. And I'm not going to put a lot of these in, but I do want a little bit on each side. Okay, and, all right, do I have tweezers somewhere in here? I know I got some somewhere. Where, oh, where are my tweezers? Right here. All right, so let's put one of these darker red, and oops, since I don't have another one of those, I'm gonna put this red over on this side, trying to not make them the same, but the same color scheme, if that makes any sense. All right, so we've got some of these like little daisies. Let me get the plastic off here. And I'll just put that underneath. And I have a purple. Oh. So I want the good side facing outward. So that's the front, that's the back. So when I put them in, I want them, you know, going to the outside. So the pretty side will show. And, oh. Same with that one. And let's get this green. Because I've got these, and they're all open, so I'm like, you know what? Let's get some of these used up. And there's enough resin on there that I'm going to use it. So these I want upside down because the inside is what's gonna show. All right, that one's empty. Let's see. I guess we're gonna have to open this just to get a few more different colors here. Oops. Come on. All right. And I do want to leave some room for some greens. I haven't done flowers in a while, so I'm like, why not? Come on, just get off. You're a piece of flower. You can go in there. I had a glob of that and I got little pieces of greenery, so I'll just kind of find spots to put those. No, this one's got to go behind that red. There we go. All right, and that is all we're gonna do in this one. We'll let that set. I'll probably add a little something there, but let's get this one going here. All right, so and I'm just pushing them underneath the resin. That way they're totally submerged. And bubble there, trying to get that off. And now normally I would have broken this, but because it's long enough to fit in there, I figured that might be kind of cute. So I'm trying to get that flower like underneath. So I'll probably end up backing this with a fairly light color, I would say. Probably both of them. All right, now let me get a little bit of the greenery here. Let's see. Now you can see all those little bubbles coming up from putting the flowers in. And I'm going to break that one off because I do not want that one sticking out. All right, so I think we have got, you know, a good amount of you know, leaves, but I do have some of these little flowers that I might add just a couple, especially to this one. This one kind of has, with the flakes in it, it's, all right, I'm just gonna pop a few out, and then we will just kind of pop some in. Just here and there. And that way it'll give us a little bit of a variety of color. I had to turn that one over. And maybe a few more. Just because we had so many pink, I can't even tell which way that's supposed to go. So it's going that way. All right, I guess we are gonna leave that like that. I figure I got just a few more. Might as well try to use them up, right? All right. So we will leave this. I will let it sit until it gets tacky, and then I will come back and we will we'll run it, you know, we'll top coat it. I'll figure out what color, you know, maybe I'll use like a white on this one and maybe like a pink on this one. And then I've got to find something to do with that last little bit of the brown and beige that we have. Now I'm hoping that the resin stayed underneath these top ones. That's what I'm hoping for. Because if not, we're going to have to top coat it. And that is going to stink. All right. So let me find something for, get the stickiness picked up. These two right here, which is not a lot. I'll just pour this. Into that. Because it's getting thick. Let's grab... Where's my peacock? And we probably don't have enough to do the peacock, but we're going to try. Because it's the closest thing I have, and this is getting... this is starting to get warm. So maybe we can just fill the feathers. And then when I mix up more resin, then maybe we can finish topping it off. Now he's going to be a funky little dude. All right. It is thick and goopy. And I just dropped the stick. All right, guys. I will see you in a little bit when it's time to back coat these. Hey, guys. All righty. I am back. This is... It's like stringy enough to leave little... stringy bits. It's not like 100% cured, but I didn't want it to be 100% cured because I don't want there to be like a defined line. So I pulled out the Casio green for this one. And this one, I think we're just going to do it in the ocean white. And then whatever we have left is going to go into here. So I'm thinking an ounce in here and maybe 2 or 3 in here. So I mixed up 5 ounces. So, and then whatever we have left, we can do the little peacock. All right, so let me just get my resin out. So I've mixed it up. It's the Bond Craftor 1-to-1. And I ran it through the debubbler. And I know I should put the color first, but it just takes longer. And guys, I don't have that patience. I just don't. So, let's see. We have 2.5 ounces left in here. So we're going to mix this cup, and I'm hoping it's enough to fill this one. And we're going to do just white. Because I'm thinking with all the flowers, you know, for a soap dish, I think that will be fine. It's going to give us a nice background, so it's not transparent, but yet it's still going to match any bathroom, really. Or any kitchen sink or, you know, whatever. So let's just wipe the extra paste off. We're going to give this another stir. Sorry, I just ate and my My belly is full and my brain's just not functioning. All right, so let's give it a spritz of alcohol. And hopefully we have enough. All right. And I was gonna end up putting it in the Resiners debubbler, but it's already late at night, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Let's see. The sides are just kind of wanting to poke out a little bit. So we'll just put that, kind of hold the sides in. And I don't know. This one, there's not really a lot of space, but we're going to go with the green, and we're going to fill in what we can. And if we have any left, oh, crap. Ooh. We will just find something to pour it in. Oops. All right, so that looks really, really pretty. And I'm hoping it's enough of a difference in the green that our leaves are still going to show up. I wasn't thinking about the leaves. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's get this kind of topped here. Oh my gosh, did I actually like make enough? All right, so let's finish filling a little peacock. And I know a lot of the brown's not going to show, but hopefully a little bit will. Ah. All right, so we've got our peacock, we have our little female cow, we have our soap dish, we have our trinket tray, and we have a smidgen, let's see. And we're pretty much domed on here already. There's my little All right, so, oh, my little peacock here is like overflowing. So let's get some out of here. He is way too full. All right, let's just kind of, I really don't want a lot of cleanup on this little guy. Ah! Oh, crud. Oh. All right. Okay. All right. So our peacock is looking much better. So we've got a smidgen. All right, so let's, I don't know, we'll see if we have enough to do our turtle here. Let me just, I don't want anything that I can potentially rub my arms in, because I have enough problems All right, let's try to get a few little turtles. And then I will just clean up the outside. All right, good enough. There is not enough there to worry about, so All right, so we have got everything poured, and now for me is the worst part. It's, you know, it's the waiting for it to cure, but for you guys, it is literally gonna be a minute, not even. All right, so we've got that in. We have our little bowl. All right, I didn't forget anything this time. So I will be back on demold, guys. Okay, guys, so we got a little bit of the greenery that is showing through here, but it's not too bad. All right, let's just get our little extras out. A little turtle. These things come out good all the time. And I'm just going to give him a neckectomy. So I'm just going to, just so he can look, you know, more like a turtle. There we go. There, that looks better. And then we've got our little baby ones here. And these come out good all the time. This one's got just a little overage. It's just breaking right off, but yeah. So those are those. Let's see how bad this looks. I'm sure this is not going to be attractive because of that brown, but it was the only thing I had quickly. Oh, it's not too bad. No, and we got one little bubble here, but other than that, it's not too bad. I actually don't mind it. And what I think I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put a stick on the back, and I'm going to turn these into plant stands. So I think that is going to be what I do with all my peacocks. All right, let's just... All right, I'm dying to see this little bugger. Oh, man. We got a big old hole in our hat. The colors blended more than I wanted. We didn't get no bubbles on our ears. We got a baby one here, so I did better, but we did get bubbles in our horns. Oh, crud. How am I going to fix that? I have no clue. All right. Well, I'll have to think about that. All right. Let's get our soap dish out. Now, I can just add a little bit of resin to the back of this. Oh. That came out really pretty. And we got one little bubble there. I was going to say no bubbles, but there are a couple tiny ones inside, but not on the outside. So this is actually really not bad. Phew. All right, where's my deburrer? Oh, over here. Why it's over here, I have no clue. And there's not a ton of trimming on this at all. Yeah. Not too bad. I wished I would have had some different colored flowers, though. there's a little too many pink, but it's okay. All right, so hopefully we have good luck with this as well. And I hope that the green isn't too close to the leaves. It's pretty this way. Okay, not too bad. Actually, it's really cute. And there's no like bubbles, so the resin did stay underneath. Hang on here, I got one little sticky spot right here. I don't know why. There we go. But we got no bubbles. And that little bit of glitter did make a difference. Some of these flowers, we kind of lost the color. Yeah, these pink ones really didn't show up much. But it's cute. Kind of different. So yeah. All right, so now, how in the world am I going to fix this? Let me see. I don't have a bunch of little things, but I do have some. Maybe we could put a bow, maybe. Let's see. We'll go with, okay, so we could put a bow right there. I just want to see what colors are going to look better. It's kind of like a yellowy green. Oh, maybe a dark purple. Let's... No, it ain't gonna show up. Why don't we just do like a pastel, a little pastel green, because green and, do we have any other kind of greens? Nah. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one here. That one looks a little bit better. All right, so we can fix that. Let me get some glue. Actually, before I glue that on, I do want to do the eyes. And then what are we going to do on the horns? I mean, the little bubble down here, I'm not too worried about. And I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to go where that little, see how there's like a little ridge and it stops like right there and right there. So I'm only going to do that raised up piece. And there is a little bubble in each, but that's okay. So let me do his little hooves. And again, I'm just going to just get like around the edges, and then I'll go in with the bigger end. And then I'll just clean that up a little. I need something that gets down in there a little bit easier. So I'm just following that fur line. That's all I'm doing. Oh, we got a little bubble there. That's okay. Some cows have little thingies in their hooves. So I think the next time I make this, I am going to put it in the debubbler. I'm going to pour it just past his head. And see if we can get the bubbles out that way. All right, now we can just give these hooves a little color. So yeah, let me know in the comments how we should do the other soap dish. I was actually thinking of maybe like doing some seashells, but give me some other ideas because we have one more out of the set of 3 to do. All right, I'm gonna switch back to the little ones just to get in a little closer. All right. And let me I got just a little cleanup. And these soap dishes, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave them like they are. Is that... All right. So let's do the eyes. Sorry, I'm concentrating. All right, so let's do this band. I was gonna try the wider end, but I'm not. I'm just gonna... And then we got to figure out what we're going to put on the horns to fix those little bubbles. I figured if I get all the painting done before I put the bow on, then I'm not worried about knocking the bow off. Okay. Now I will get my silver fine. And we will get our little buckle. Why is the silver not showing? There we go. There. All right, so let's see. We've got some little butterflies. do we put a butterfly on each horn? Or do we do a rhinestone? Maybe we do a rhinestone, but maybe I can put like a butterfly on the hat. Yeah, we'll do that. So we will attach one butterfly. See if I got a little bit darker one or lighter. Oh, that'll look cute, that lighter purple. Okay. So we'll do that, and let me get some rhinestones. Let's see. Yeah, we'll use this color right here. Put two on. All right, now I got a hair sticking there. One. Come on. This one's a little bit bigger of a hole, so there we go. And we'll put a little dollop over here. And yeah. Oop. And we've got a little girl cow, and she's all dressed up. But let's give her bandana. I don't know why I didn't think of that a little sooner. Let's see. Let's give her a bandana, similar color. This is a metallic marker. And somebody actually had a really good idea on my last one to let this dry and then make little white lines through it. You know, follow the little grooves in the handkerchief or the bandana or whatever you guys call it. You know, and the hard part's always to remember where the paint is so you're not sticking your fingers in it like I just did. All right, so but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use black instead of white, just so it'll match the hat. Let's see. And you know what? It's not really showing up, so I'm just going to leave it plain. Oh, and I lost my bow. I'm losing my bow. All right, we're just going to leave her just like this. She's cute. Just give her some little darker in her nostrils. There. Alrighty, guys, that is going to do it for today. We've got our cute little girl cow. She needs sparkles. There. All right, so once again, we have our soap dish. Well, not our soap dish, our little trinket. You could put your rings or whatever in there. I mean, you could actually even put it by your kitchen sink and put like your Brillo pads, little scrapers, whatever. That would actually be really cute too. And then we have our soap dish, which came out cute, and our cow. Alrighty, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.